Okay, well, I'm out and about again, and I'm just outside Larne at a place called Kilwaughter Castle, and this is a completely derelict castle with a bit of a tumultuous, sad history. It's actually as important as Dunluce Castle was, but has been totally ruined through the actions of greedy people. This had believe it or not, this was in good shape until about 1950. So this is about 400 years old. I think it was initially to do with King James, but that was taken off him. And then the Agnews, I believe, took this over in about the 1800s. And it had about 10,000 acres with it. And it generated its own income because it would have let out the land to farmers who then had to pay it a rent, but very similar to Margaret Thatcher's right to buy. Farmers were allowed to buy their land, so therefore they didn't have to pay rent, so the castle didn't make so much money, and therefore it was sold off. And it went through a few different hands until it was sort of sold to a lady or a family of Italian origin. So this was in good shape right up to 1950. It was used in World War I believe, for American soldiers, and then in the 1940s it was also, I believe, a base used for the army. But what happened was, in the 1940s, it was owned at that time by an Italian who spent half their time in England and half their time in Italy. And because in World War II we were the enemy of Italy, or Italy was the enemy of us, this was seized and used by the army then during World War II. Some fantastic features. You can see the crosses up on the window, even the lintels over the windows there. So this was 400 years old. Now it was extended in bits and pieces, but then what happened was it was seized from the Italian family, used during the war, and then after the war it was sold to a builder who came in and stripped it, took the roof off it, stripped all anything of any structural value, and it has gone to rot and ruin. Look at the work on that windowsill. Now this is getting more and more unsafe and is now closed to the public completely. So there was a project to try and renovate it, but this thing is massive and it will never happen. But some of the features are lovely. You can see the actual workings there. Inside you can just about see the remains of the stud work in the wall that would have held the plaster. It's totally unsafe to go in, and it's completely closed to the public, so I'm not going to push my luck by going inside. But it's a fantastic structure. It's just a terrible shame that the builder got his hand on it. It was sold after the war. I suppose the British government were just trying to make as much money as they could because the country was totally bankrupt. But it was sold to a builder who stripped the roof, took everything of value from it, and now it is in this terrible state. Like I say, there was an attempt to even renovate it slightly, but you can see it's massive. Probably for financially, financially prescriptive, as they say. They'll never fix this place up. But even if they could secure it in its present state, wouldn't it be great? But there we go. A fantastic, historically important building, structurally sound until 1945, 1950, and then due to the greed of one man, this is what it's left now like. So maybe it might be saved in the future, we never know. So this is Kilwaughter, different ways of pronouncing it, castle just outside Larne, sadly now completely closed to the public. So there we go. Let's see what else we can find in Northern Ireland.